falling, making noise, they call like thunder. Wonder how they all put asunder. Watching all the enemies fall from the blunder. Shun them. When you see them, you gotta shun them. They be moving feckless with the records while the bomb done. Shun them. When you see them, you gotta shun them. They be moving feckless with the records while the bomb done. Inflict damages with no parameters. Gruesome scavengers are a subset of my thought patterns. Blow chasms through the chest, prepare for battle. My cattle consists of immortal demons you can't fathom. My verbal lyrics are white hot and split atoms. I strike first and disperse a ravenous slew of verses that hurts worse than surgeons committing apathetic acts of malpractice. More devastating and drastic than anything you can imagine. Leave you standing right where you standing. Surrounded by 4 headless horsemen, proceed with caution. I'll flood the land with spawns from 2 of my abortions. Yellow eyes, what they call it, that's jaundice. Seen the rain falling, making noise, they call like thunder. Wonder how they all put asunder. Watching all the enemies fall from the blunder. Shun them. When you see you gotta shun them. They be moving records with the records while the bond done. Shun them. When you see you gotta shun them. They be moving records with the records while the bond done. Don't get it confused. I represent the indigent, who's battered and abused. This is the final call, black owned like Amsterdam News in Harlem. Not looking for stardom, just reflecting on never-ending problems, praying for solutions to solve them. It's a permanent cycle, like a gun revolver. Not waiting for change from the chief of office. That's like a bunch of lies stuffed in your office. I'ma go left like the kids in the mosh pit. Galvanized form of rock, heavy metal. The calm before the riot, most people stuck in denial. I refuse to remain silent, cause all around me there's violence. Why do you think earthquakes, tsunamis exist in defiance? I'm about to go spark up a chalice and contemplate why the heart of man is filled with so much malice. Yellow eyes, what they call it, that's jaundice. Seen the rain falling, making noise, they call like thunder. Wonder how they all put asunder. Watching all the enemies fall from the blunder. Shun them. When you see you gotta shun them. They be moving records with the records while the bond done. Shun them. When you see you gotta shun them. They be moving records with the records while the bond done. Yellow eyes, what they call it, that's jaundice. Seen the rain falling, making noise, they call like thunder. Wonder how they all put asunder. Watching all the enemies fall from the blunder. Shun them. When you see you gotta shun them. They be moving records with the records while the bond done. Shun them. When you see you gotta shun them. They be moving records with the records while the bond done. Crypto Wonder. Look, let's go. Let's just go. Let's just go. Hope you're doing well. And wherever these travels take you, may you find success. Ever since this thing launched, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, we're dealing with the problems with the bridge. But the bridge is here too. We gotta put things in perspective in a certain way. And I know not everything is all peaches and cream, but at least we don't have to wonder, when's this thing gonna come out? If it's gonna come out and be smothered with this idea of no expectations. It's already here. It's already here. Now we just have to kind of push forward and look ahead. A lot of us, we come from nothing. And we try to make something, create something out of nothing. And we found crypto, made a lot of mistakes, had some losses, had some wins, and then you find yourself in a space where you're pretty much okay. I'm one to always pretty much toe the line in believing that, see, when you're chasing money, it's not really the best thing for you to do, in my opinion, because once you get the money, you want more of it, when all the while the most value lies within you. This is what we lend. This is the faith that we have outside of ourselves, that allow these things that we call money, this thing that we call money, to have its power. And we use it, barter and exchange and different things to buy and sell and get things that we need and we want out of life, you know. Listen, I don't know what the future holds. No one really knows. But I'm glad at least we don't have to just talk about having no expectations anymore. Amidst all the criticisms that is hurled this way in this community and everything, there's also a flip side to it. Just like in all things, there's a flip side, and I like to hold on to the other side while I deal with the challenges. That's just how I was reared. I don't know. That's what I was programmed to do since I was a child, to deal with life head on, you know. And that's what we're doing now. And it's so powerful. It's very, very powerful. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I wish things were a little bit different, especially with the bridge right now? Hell yeah, 100%. You know, do I wish certain things and have certain criticisms about, you know, Richie Rich and everything? Yeah, I criticize myself, so why wouldn't I criticize him and everybody else who I think, you know, who do things that, I don't know, that I might think is interesting and to question, right? But there's one thing that I could say, even with Richard, is the fact that he hasn't given up, right? And just seeking and his truth, which he speaks a lot. He says he speaks truth to power in his own way. He's arriving at his truth, and I think everyone else should arrive at their own truth, whatever it is on a personal level. And that we're gonna fall sometimes, but it's how we get up that matters, you know, how we rise from the fall, right? These lessons are all riddled in our experiences, you know. I was just communicating with, you know, a couple people in the community, and through the week, off and on, you know, here and there, and it's amazing. It's amazing what's going on. Again, I know there's a lot of things that need to be worked out. There's a lot of people that are not happy with what's going on with the community and it's not even with the community really, but with the bridge per se, and how market prices are right now and stuff like that, and that's to be expected, because if you're not happy now, how are you gonna feel when the market retraces back 90, 95, 98%? You know, and this is what happens in this space in crypto. It's very, very volatile, and it's through that volatility, if you know what you're doing and you don't give up, you'll be able to receive the best part of the volatility, not only the retracement, corrections, price decreases, capitulation, whatever you want to call it, but you'll be able to also experience the all-time highs. Granted, no one knows, but you'll be able to experience it when everything turns around and goes up, you know. But you won't experience none of it if you sell everything or you remove yourself from the space altogether. If you were a sacrificer and you decided to do that, and that's what works for you, you know, hey, who am I to judge? I just look at things differently. Like, you worked so hard to get to this point and you received it. That's for a reason. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. Don't squander it. Use your mind now more than ever. Now more than ever. What strategy you going to create for yourself so that you could come out an optimal position, optimal level, great outcome, you know? Seriously. Because it's now, it's here. It's no more talking. It's about now setting yourself up, you know, for what's right for you. Think about that. You know, it's when you're on this side of the pond, and especially in DeFi, the strength lies, and it starts with you in being the leader of your own operation, not giving away your power to someone else because you feel that they can do something better with your power better than you can. You know, that's a narrative that's supported and appreciated by people in the space, believe it or not, in crypto. Even though crypto is supposed to eliminate third parties and intermediaries, some people welcome that. They don't trust themselves, you know, enough to hold on to their power. It is what it is. You know, I'm excited for everybody in the community who, you know, who received their just due, and whatever problems, you know, that there are, just work through them, work through the challenges, work through the trials and tribulations, because there's never a perfect situation. But still, you have something in your possession, and it's what are we gonna do now, right? What are we gonna do now? Make it work. However, whatever that plan is, you know. I often think about creating, like, not creating, I'm saying when you think about the people in crypto who've been very successful, most people are not going to be founders. Most people are not going to own exchanges. But many people can be hodlers. And what is it that you're going to hodl to gain the maximum, not only exposure, but maximum as far as price increase, fluctuation, value, maximum value? What coins are you going to hold? Because hodlers win too, and win big. Win big. Like, it's a test. It's very hard to be a hodler. That's why I see when people lock up their coins and things of that nature, is because, again, it's a struggle. It's like a fight with you to, you know, to either take something now or not, so that at some point in the future you can receive something bigger, and be rewarded in the future. Or you could take something now as well by way of profit without necessarily wrecking yourself, and win too. There's just a multitude of ways you could look at it, and there's no formula that I can offer and say that's the best formula. No one can. But I know from experience, from dealing with these bear markets and bull markets of cryptocurrency, hodling tests your mettle. It tests your wherewithal. It tests your ability on every level, starting with the mind. You know, how psychologically strong can you be, and allow your hands to match what you believe is right, and have your emotions in check, so that you Have your own number, your own personal number, and you say, you know what, this is when such and such reaches this number, then that's your time to make a decision. And if it surpasses it, well, that's a bonus. And then you make it happen. Whatever that means to you, you know. But that's one of the it sounds boring just to be a hodler. It's one of the most difficult things you can do in crypto, in my opinion. Like, the easiest way I can do it, for example, is to sort of completely detach myself from the computer, devices, cryptocurrency all together, and come back at some point down the line and look to see what's what. It's like finding a folded $10 bill in your pants pocket that you haven't worn, in a very long time, and you find it's something like that, right? But I've been so consumed with crypto these last 6 years of my life. I don't want to part from, I gotta stay at some point in tune with what's going on, because you miss a day, it's like missing a month in crypto. Things move that fast. But I'll figure something out for me, So it's, again, a balancing act, And when I say certain things and I feel the way I feel, is because I didn't just do this for myself, right? I'm not in this crypto game just for my own selfish reasons, just for my all lonesome, right? No. I'm taking care of people who I love. So it's for more than just me. I'm actually happy for them. Happy for my loved ones. Because I'm trying to do the best I can to make sure that they don't have to really worry about certain things. And I can sort of like feel through the risks for them and take the hits as they come for them. It just feels a little bit more manageable than it did before. Right? We're in a different position today. There's always going to be something that comes up that's going to question our convictions, right? There's always going to be something that happens in the space that's going to just, annoy us, frustrate us, etc., etc. How we respond to these things is what matters. How we respond. We can't change other people. Like, sometimes I get caught up in criticism or critiquing things and strong opinions, and even just becoming super like belligerent and passionate, whatever. But then it all goes back to me, and how am I going to move forward and do what it is I have to do for myself, because none of us could change another person. It's very true when they say if you want to see change in the world, it has to start with you. And to complement everything we got going on, Sacrifices received everything. This is a thing too that people, we have to take notice. These last 2 years we were hearing, it's the largest airdrop, the largest. We received these things from a sacrifice and this and that. As far as I haven't heard of any sacrificer not receiving their ERC20 copies. If you did something else outside of that, like as far as like outside of what was understood, You did something over the counter, person to person, you joined a pool or whatever. I can't speak for that, but as far as people who had ERC-20s, I haven't heard anything happen to them not getting their copies. Sacrificers, by large, I haven't heard anybody getting scammed and not getting their points, quote unquote. $1 was equivalent to 10,000 points, at least in the first 5 days of the sacrifice periods for Pulse Chain and PulseX. I haven't heard anybody not get. And on top of that, the bonus. If they were entitled to a bonus, they received bonuses. I haven't heard anyone not get what they didn't expect to receive, It's just a thing of, this other stuff, like, this is not working, that's not working, but there's a bunch of things going on all at the same time. There's a lot of things going on at the same time that people are excited about. It's just, look, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be here with y'all, with you all, too. Let's get it, people. Let's get it.